lot of comedians, when they first come on, they'll do a joke about what famous person they look like. And I wasn't really sure, so I thought I'd use one of those websites, you upload a picture of yourself and it tells you who you look like. I got Ben Affleck, 71%. Not really sure. Then I got Queen Latifah, 69%, I can deal with that. But the last one was Ralph Fiennes, 81%. If you don't know who he is, he played Voldemort. Maybe it's my nose. I recently started living on my own and I absolutely hate it. Every noise is a burglar and I'm really lonely. Sometimes I'll just phone up Dave from BT to see if he can finally sell me that broadband package. He doesn't know I'm with Talk. Yep, I forgot it already. Hang on. Right. No, I've still forgotten it. Hang on. This is only my second gig. Shut up. Right. That's it. Okay. I've turned into that person that is really overly chatty when they go outside. The one that you avoid at the pub or the bus stop or something. And I think it's a thing with people that live on their own or the very elderly. They're really lonely, and when they go out, they're just so pleased to see other people. I work in Birchington, so I get to talk to the elderly quite a lot. I mean, if you don't know Birchington, it's like the home of the over 75s. They literally invented the bungalow there. No, I love old people. I think they're fantastic, and I get to talk to them a lot. And I've noticed there's three things that they really, really find important: a good bargain, grandchildren, and the temperature. Let me explain. I think it's a common misconception that the elderly want to talk about the weather. They actually want to talk about the temperature, how hot or how cold it is. But either way, they're going to wear the same coat. I do really like the elderly. I think they teach us so much. For example, I wasn't aware that a crumpet was something sexual until an elderly couple came into my shop where I work, and the wife said, "Do you do anything toasted, dear?" I said, "Yes, we do crumpets." And her husband went, I felt violated, it was horrible. My favourite thing they do, my absolute favourite thing though, is that they will call me whatever they think my name is based on what they've heard. So my name's Bethan, but they'll call me Bethany, Stephen, Stephen, Francis, Jack, Poirot, whatever they think my name is that day. I did try and wear a name tag once, and somebody went, "Oh, they spelled your name wrong." Thanks, Irene. But the one thing I have noticed that's a bit less stereotypical than the rest of my set is that really old ladies especially, they really like their romance novels, don't they? Yeah, if you go in your nan's house you'll find one. But they're not called anything subtle at all, are they? Anyone could be forgiven for thinking that 50 Shades of Grey is just the new name for the Dulux colour book. They're called things like Bold Passionate Love, Sweet Seduction, that's my favourite one. But, and they're all called Fabio, aren't they? And they're all set in Venice. It's all the same set. But I do think it's nice that everyone knows they're a little bit raunchy. But I do think it's nice that you try and keep some romance there, which I think is a bit lost on our generation, For example, I lent my brother my laptop for one day, and he must be the only man in the Western Hemisphere who doesn't know how to delete his browsing history. And there was only one thing that he looked up: interracial MILFs. At first I was completely disgusted, and then secretly pleased at the political correctness of that search. I'd like to finish my set this evening with telling you about an incredibly embarrassing thing that happened to me last Thursday. Now, I'm used to being embarrassed, okay? I once asked a woman how she got her black eye, and it was a birthmark. And I once passed out in a gym, and only went to use the toilet. It's pretty standard. So at my house last Thursday, there's a knock at my door, and it's the double glazing man. Now I know he's coming, but I'm panicking because my house is a mess. And I'm not talking about a little bit messy, I'm talking landfill with a fitted kitchen. This is embarrassing, but I thought it's okay, he's going to go upstairs, he's going to fix the windows and nobody will know. Oh, how wrong I was. He went upstairs and he fixed the window, but then he came downstairs. He starts to walk towards the kitchen door. I start to close the kitchen door. He keeps walking, I keep closing. It's getting awkward now because we've locked eyes, but I'm still closing the door, and then it's closed, and I'm on the other side of it. I've got to fix the patio windows, you know. Oh shit. I have to let him in because I paid for it. But I can feel the judgment coming, I can feel it. It's the same feeling I get when I shop with my mother. But I have to let him in. I'm sorry. But I have to follow him now, just to see what else will happen. And of course, I walk into my living room and it's laundry day, and because there's a man in my house, it's my delicates. And I'm not talking normal pants for normal people, I'm talking about the pair that's shaped like a panda face, the pair that says, my mother doesn't know I'm like this, and my daddy doesn't approve. Thanks, Primark. And the other pair with the hole, that's not a design feature. I get incredibly embarrassed by this point, and I just grab the underwear and throw it. He hears this, because it wasn't subtle. Turns around and goes, you missed a pair. Oh, God. Needless to say, I now live in a windowless shed. Thank you very much, you've been a wonderful audience. Good night.